So I used to think I needed to fix my mindset. I needed to discipline harder, think more positively, journal my way out of pain. But what actually shifted everything for me wasn't a mindset hack. It was getting on a plane. So changing my environment changed my life. And this is actually part 2 of a truth I learned several years ago. I actually made another YouTube video about it. That's kind of the follow-up. And it's about when your surroundings shift, so does your identity. So the invisible influence of environment. Environment is your operating system. It shapes our habits, our emotions, even your thoughts without asking your permission. So that means you can be doing all of the right things, but if your space is heavy, if it's chaotic, if it's draining, you're still going to feel stuck. The people, the energy, the pace, the visuals around you shape who you believe you're allowed to be. And in my case, I didn't even realize how numb I'd become until I left, kind of the Western world in Canada. So, a little bit about my story from depression to getting back to my life force here in Bali. So when I came to Bali, I was in a really weird place. I, kind of externally achieved all my goals on paper, and I just fell back into a depression, 2 to 3 months after achieving all those things. I still felt disconnected. I felt lost. I didn't feel how I was going to feel. And I had moments wondering, if I'd ever feel fully alive again. But something wild happened once I landed here in Bali, and I started to move my body differently, started to eat better without trying. I instantly connected back to my intuition, without any plan, any pressure, and I really just started to feel like myself again. Because when your environment changes, it sends your nervous system a new signal that you're free. You're allowed to shift. So why this works and what the science says. So there's a concept in psychology called context-dependent behavior, which means your environment acts as a trigger for certain habits and identity loops. So same room, same routine equals same thoughts equals same outcomes. But when you break that pattern and allow newness to enter your life, automatically things change and evolve for you just by being. That's why retreats, solo travel, moving to new cities, even just rearranging your space, rearranging your furniture can feel like such a reset button on your entire nervous system. So how can you use this principle today and get back to empowering yourself in your life? So you don't need to move to Bali tomorrow, though I probably would recommend it, but here's how to start shifting your environment intentionally. So physically, rearrange your space, go somewhere new for a weekend, start working in a different spot. Energetically, so cut out draining people, upgrade your inputs, your music, your lighting, your design. Socially, spend time with people who reflect who you're becoming, not who you used to be. So the goal here isn't to escape your life, but it's to interrupt the pattern, because the moment you do, your real self starts to resurface. So if you felt stuck lately, consider this permission to change your scenery. You don't need to heal everything before you move, but sometimes the moving is the healing. So subscribe if you're on a similar path. I've got more coming that'll speak directly to your soul as I continue, my soul journey out here in Bali, Indonesia. And if you made it this far in the video, drop a comment below what you got from this and what you want to see next. So excited to have you on this journey with me, and talk to you soon. Thank you.